Thumbs up, everybody. You guys already know what we're here to get into, girl. I had to take a little 2-day off, child, to just be with the Father, Son, and the Holy Daughter, honey. All right, to be near and dear to those who are near and dear. Hope you guys have had, I don't really do holidays, but, for the sake of being amongst the mortals today, hope you guys had a wonderful, happy holidays, or as I like to say, just another great Wednesday. Okay. A lot of y'all were happy to see Wednesday as come and gone, honey. Some of y'all had to file for chapter 11, chapter 7, chapter 2 of them bankruptcy, baby. I don't know why y'all let capitalism do y'all in like that, baby. I don't know why y'all let all that non-spiritual behavior, girl, just run y'all raggedy, run y'all broke, girl, because I be sitting right here in my Versace robe, girl, perched and pretty, girl, just watching y'all from the balcony of Olympus, child. Okay, just run down here and spend all y'all stuff on City Trend and Target and Walmart and all these, and then you want to run and start praying, baby. Start praying to the gods of Olympus, child, about what you ain't got to be doing anyway, because if you don't bless them hoes with your love, baby, you have already given them something, bitch. Okay? That they can never return to you on, except if it's reciprocal, baby. All right? That reciprocal, tangible stuff, baby. All right? Half of that shit y'all brought, a bitch ain't gonna wear anyway in 6 months, okay? That shit they ain't even used, girl. They wrapped it up and then gave it to another bitch for their birthday, or turned around and returned your shit for the cash to put on to the electric bill, girl. I don't know why y'all be letting these man-made holidays, girl, just take y'all for a tizzy. Nobody gives a damn, okay? So, baby, I hope y'all pull one out of my bag. This year, girl, by next year, girl, y'all a little wiser and a little bit richer around the holidays, baby. Because the greatest gift you understand you can give to any human being is a LOVE. But we ain't here to talk about that. Y'all already see what we're here to get into. So before we go ahead and get into it, go ahead and thumbs up the video until it's absolutely stuck. You guys know that thumbing up the video not only helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are thumbing up the video, you are literally knocking on the digital door of another Consciouztv member and letting them know, girl, that we're live and we are in motherfucking color. All right. Also, make sure that you guys share the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community. And last but not least, please. Oh, well, speaking of sharing it out, girl, Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, the dark side of your OF or Tumblr. I don't really give a damn where you lay the link. Just let them whores know that we're live, and we're certainly in color. Now, with no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God, the goddess says, I'm picking what content creators I watch, like Granny picked her fruit from now on, boo. I was abused by a CC the other day for nothing. She is an abusive weirdo. I like you because you don't abuse people. Oh my goodness. Well, baby, I mean, I'm so sorry you had that experience. And yes, child, we all have to be mindful about who we entertain these days, child, because it's a lot of craziness going on, girls. A lot of craziness, child. I'm sorry you had that experience, though. I get why, though. When somebody has deep-seated inner self-hate and insecurities, they project hate and abuse people, then blame them and say it's because you're annoying. Oh, my God. Yeah, baby, it's a lot going on, child. Okay, so y'all definitely protect your peace, baby, okay? Don't let your family cost you none. Don't let your favorite content creators cost you none, baby. If you're a content creator, don't let the damn commenters cost you none, baby. Everybody just protect your peace, child, because there's a lot going on, child. We in some thick time, child. All right, let me go ahead and speak to the conscious crew. Let me turn down this music, girl. My nephew in there blazing up the kitchen, girl. He cooking my favorite, girl. Oh, nasty piece of candy yams, child. He cooked candy yams for Thanksgiving, girl. Y'all, I almost threw myself against the damn wall, baby. I almost threw my whole self against the goddamn wall, girl. When I tell you this boy be cooking his ass off, cooking his ass off, girl. All right. So he done blessed me with an old nasty post-Christmas dinner, child. What's going on, Sin? Hey, Sherry. What's going on, Teresa? Hey, Black Diamond. Hey, Palace. What's going on, B. Thompson? Hi, Easy Breezy. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Boo. What's going on, Star? What's going on, K Person? Hey, Bree. What's going on, Toad French? Hi. Hey, High Maintenance. What's going on? Let me scroll on down. Hey, TW. What's going on, Risa? What's going on? Knockout Media. Hater blockers in full effect, baby, baby. Block, 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 baby. Energy on straight stingy, okay? What's going on, Abina? Hey, it's Nene. What's going on, Diana? Hi. Hey, everybody. Hey, Corinthia. Thank you guys for the compliments on the hair. I'm in a very festive, feel-good mood, girl. So, you know, I had to have the hair reflecting. The hair is like a whole fucking mood ring. What's going on, Dominique? Hey, Tiana. Hey, Mo. What's going on, you guys? That's why I need a man like CTV. We could be 20 without hair. Oh, period, baby, okay? Hand me that flat eye. Hand me that flat eye, baby, okay? Hey, LaTerra. What's going on, y'all? Let me speak to everybody coming in. What's going on, Yellow Boy? Happy post Wednesday, love. What's going on, Brittany? Hey, Danielle. What's going on, Charita? Or Sharita? Hey, boo. What's going on, Prayers, the work, the night shift, period. Thank you, love. Hey, Hypnotic Touch. What's going on? Okay, now you told me how to pronounce your name. Thank you for putting it up there, okay? Aka Janice. Aka Janice. That's a very interesting name. Aka Janice. Hey, boo, have you been on those knees for the holidays? Huh? Did you allow some man, baby, to stuff your stocking? Miss Aka Janice. Hey, love. What's going on, Sandy? Hey, boo. We speak to everybody. What's going on, Deanna? What's going on, LaShayla? Hey, y'all. All right, girl, let's get into some things. We got a lot going on. Y'all, please thumbs up the video. That's all I've been needing from y'all. What's going on, Heather Boo? Hey, Alexa. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. It's going to be a new year. I am super excited. I'm always super excited around the new year, girl. This year was very hectic. It was like a lot going on. This was a big spiritual, metaphysical year for me. This was a big introspective self-growth year for me. I am so appreciative of this year because, baby, I was tried by fire, baby, and came out the Phoenix once again, bitch, reborn, and the baddest of the baddest bitches all over again, girl. All right. So shout out to 2024. We are ready for 2025. And you know what's so funny? I was thinking to myself, like, I kind of got into this exclusive energy this year. It kind of happened toward the middle half of the year. And I think I'm going to maintain this energy. Like, you know, I don't want to be so tangible. I don't want to be so available. You know, I'm going to carry and behave in the mood of just a wealthy air, okay? Just an old privileged bitch, just an old snobby privileged bitch, okay? Now, I'm not gonna be mean, but you know, in the words of Janet Jackson, girl, can't let just anybody hold me, baby. I can't just be exchanging energy with just any old body, baby. Okay, I need to get back bougie with my energy again, girl, because, you know, I had gotten real common, just real common, girl, like below poverty line in terms of, girl, you know, the type of energy I just allowed to be all around and encamped about me. But now, you know, I'm really just have been enjoying, you know, all the high vibrationalness and all of the edits that I just made to my life. And it has really just brought me a lot of peace. And I just want to stay above. You know, I made a choice this year that I'm not coming back down. I'm not shrinking myself. I'm not amputating any parts of myself just to be a part of other people, especially people who are not even in the business of doing their fair share of amputating. Because it's one thing when you amputate and other people are amputating. You know, it's one thing when it's joint. It's one thing when you guys mutually give up things and or accommodate each other, girl. When it's only going one way, baby, okay, that's when you got to be a selfish bitch all over again. Okay, so no more amputating, no more coming down from the pyramid top. People would just have to come up to see me, and if they don't want to come up, then you know that's just unfortunate for them, baby. But there is no coming down the pyramid again. I'm not coming down, baby, at all. So yeah, new standard for the next 40 years of my life. All right. So let's get into some things. You guys know that, matter of fact, hold on. Let me make sure that this microphone ain't acting like a biatch today. Can you guys hear me? Hear me? Give me a nasty piece of one if you guys can hear me in the chat. Give me a 11111. If you guys can hear me. If you guys can hear me just fine, give me a 1 in the chat, baby. Hold on. Cause baby. All right. Hold on. Just got some intel, child. I just got some intel. Let me see what the hell this is. Oh yeah, I got all that. Okay. All right. Thank you, Chef. Kind of got threw it off a little bit, girl. Where was I? Anyway, we're here to get into Milagro scams, girl, and everything going on with Megan Thee Stallion, girl. Now, you know it's been a lot going on, girl. Megan Thee Stallion chewed Milagro scams up and down, girl. I think she even swallowed the bone, girl, in this amended complaint. You guys know when she first filed her cyberstalking suit against Slob Radio, I was like, it's weak. Aside from the deep fake AI SEX video, I was like, you know, that's probably the heaviest, most convicting thing she has cited against the radio. And I was like, radio probably going to be able to get out of this mostly on her First Amendment rights and blah, 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 blah. Well, girl, Alex Spiro circled the goddamn block on scams ass, girl, and chewed her ass and turned her ass every which way but damn loose. Now, the dumbass choice that scams made following the initial complaint was try to litigate her case in a court of public opinion instead of keeping her dick sucker closed. But I know that she loves the dick in her sucker, so that mouth is naturally oriented to being wide open, child. What's going on, T Goddess? Hey, boo. That throat is naturally open, girl, okay? So she can't keep it closed for nothing. Well, almost everything the bitch self-incriminated herself about ended up in the amended complaint. That's why you shut your mouth, because lawyers are going to lawyer, girl, okay? And that first complaint was actually a setup from the jump, okay? It was meant to set her ass up so that she can go into trying to defend herself, possibly further incriminate herself, and then they use everything she did to amend the damn complaint and to uli op her ass again. So now she done been washed and damn rinsed, okay, baby? I was like, this amended complaint is a total shit show, baby. They got her, baby. They got her by the pussy, in the words of Donald Trump. All right. Now, you guys know that despite all of that fake ass feminine bravado that Scams was doing about how she ain't pressed, she ain't worried, it's going to be an old nasty countersuit in return, girl. Of course, none of that came to avail. She sat her ass on the internet for weeks following the complaint, crying and whining about how she's being dragged, she's being talked about. She's so upset that everybody think that she had Tory Lanez's father's dick up her anal crack, girl, and blah, 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 played the victim. Everything that she claimed that Megan Thee Stallion was doing upon her being assaulted by the nigga that Mob Radio is never going to have a chance to actually have in her lifetime, girl. Okay? Never. Y'all saw the way that Tory Lanez passed her ass up outside the courthouse, girl, and I was after paying her allegedly a measly $3,000 over a 3-year period, girl. He didn't even give her the $3K in one lump sum, child. Okay, he had to penny pinch and breadcrumb the bitch, girl. Okay, just a shame and a scam. All right. Anywho, after Addict Spirit had chewed her ass up in the amended complaint, prior to that, Miss Milagro Gramz went and tried to get the lawsuit dismissed, which I was kind of shook by, because I was like, wait, what happened to you taking Rock Nation out and taking Megan out? What happened to you seemingly doing a countersuit? You can't countersue if you're trying to get the lawsuit dismissed. Matter of fact, you start arguing the countersuit right now, which she's doing none of, because of course there's nothing for her dumb Sheen exclusive wearing ass to sue Megan Thee Stallion the fuck over. All right. Well, you guys know the last thing that we heard was the amended complaint. However, Miss Gramz done went in and filed a response to the complaint. And of course, for round 2, baby, she's going for a whole dismissal instead of standing in the paint as the fake ass bad bitch she pretends to be. So let's go ahead and goddamn read what Miss Elizabeth Cooper had to say in her motion to dismiss, girl. And this was filed 2 days before she sat under an empty Christmas tree from Dollar General and received nothing, baby, but tears, heartache, and anxiety, because she don't know if she gonna be a free woman by December this time of 2025. Now, let's get into it. You guys, thumbs up, girl. All right, you guys are ready? Let's do it. All right. Defendant's motion to dismiss first amended complaint. Girl, now, I don't know why she always start her damn filings off with these damn Bible verses. The bitch be quoting out of the damn I Ching and the damn Quran. I don't know if she think that being saved in the last hour, girl, is going to get her into heaven, purgatory at best, baby. But here she go with another goddamn quotation from some philosopher that her ass don't practice to begin with, because she wouldn't be in this damn predicament if she had any goddamn higher sense in her learning. Quote, let me never fall for the vulgar mistake of dreaming that I am persecuted whenever I am contradicted. Oh my God. Just, girl, we're starting off cringy. Got it. Plaintiff Megan Pete, a well-known celebrity in the hip-hop universe, known for her actually explicit lyrics and who goes by the moniker Megan Thee Stallion, filed the instant action against the defendant, an online personality social media blogger, arguably, who regularly live streams and posts about current topics, including celebrities in the hip-hop community. In her original complaint, plaintiff attempted to assert statutory claims under Florida law, plus tort claims of intentional infliction of emotional distress and invasion of privacy, with the dismissal of her original complaint hanging over her like the sword of what? Damocles. Plaintiff has changed her strategy course by attempting to manufacture a defamation action against the defendant in her first amended complaint, originating primarily from defendant's coverage and commentary regarding the public criminal trial of celebrity rapper Daystar Peterson. Rather than rebuke the commentary or debate the issues raised by defendant's comments so people can make up their own minds, plaintiff has succumbed to the current trend of using the legal system in an attempt to cancel those opinions she disagrees with. Plaintiff is also attempting to revive her statutory claims under Florida statute, as well as her dubious claim of intentional infliction of emotional distress. While the first amended complaint may take interest in reading by the media and plaintiff social media followers, it too fails to present clear and convincing evidence to plausibly state a viable cause of action in tort and a plausible statutory violation under Florida law. Therefore, for the reasons set forth herein, defendant respectfully requests that the plaintiff's first amended complaint be dismissed. Well, it actually did have a very much so viable and very much so convincing evidence under all those Florida statutes, which is why the court said hell no to dismissing it the first time. And because The amended complaint was the smoking gun. I highly doubt that if they did not dismiss the weak-ass original complaint, they damn sure are not going to dismiss the amended complaint, baby, because it wore Milagro and her goddamn corset, baby, off the docket, baby. Wore they asses out, baby. Okay? Count 1 fails to state a claim for defamation. Having abandoned her attempt to bring a claim for invasion of privacy, a legal theory not recognized in Florida for over 15 years, plaintiff now attempts to bring a claim for defamation per se against the defendant based on various statements made by defendant on various online platforms. In this diversity action, the substantive law of Florida applies to plaintiff's defamation claims as well as her other tort and statutory claims. Defendant submits that count 1 of the amended complaint should be dismissed for 2 reasons. 1, plaintiff's failure to provide defendant with pursuant notice per Florida statute. 2, plaintiff's failure to allege a plausible claim of defamation against a public figure. Defendant will address each one in turn. Florida statute provides before any civil action is brought for publication or broadcast in a newspaper, periodical, or any other medium of a libel or slander, the plaintiff shall, at least 5 days before instituting such action, serve notice in writing on the defendant, specifying the article or broadcast and the statements therein, which he or she alleges to be false and defamatory. Here, the plaintiff has failed to comply with this condition precedent under Florida law prior to the filing of the defamation action against the defendant. Accordingly, count 1 should be dismissed. And then she cites a case law here, holding that in back to the meat and the potatoes. Okay, that's going into what they explaining what that case law was all about and why it should be dismissed based upon there being a precedence of dismissal accordingly. All right, plaintiff amended complaint fails to allege a plausible claim for defamation of a public figure as a matter of law. In the instant case, plaintiff's defamation claim is predicated on the following allegation. 1, that the defendant published and falsely accused Ms. Pete of the crime of perjury by questioning her credibility as a witness in a high-profile criminal trial. 2, defendant called plaintiff slow and the R word and questioned her mental competency. And 3, defendant published false statements that suggested that Ms. Pete was an alcoholic by calling Ms. Pete a drunkie and stating that drinking ran in her family. What else were you insinuating, my love? Beloved, when the actual statements are reviewed in their full context rather than a hypersensitive safe space echo chamber, it is clear that the multiple allegations of defamation are in overreach, as these statements are not susceptible to a defamatory meaning in the mind of a reasonable person. As such, plaintiff defamation claim should be dismissed for the following reasons. 1, none of the statements complaint of state or suggest that the plaintiff committed the crime of perjury. The statements made by defendant are substantially true, and the statements made by defendant in their full context establish that they are clearly opinion and or rhetorical hyperbole and therefore not actionable as a matter of law. Okay, now here's where things get interesting, because speaking of rhetorical hyperbole that isn't actionable as a matter of law, there are a lot of things that you and I get to say as broadcasters, commenters. Our opinions can be very unflattering. I mean, we can even trash people's children if we want. It's not actionable. Okay? I know a lot of things that bother viewers sometimes that come out of the mouths of those who preoccupy the microphone may arguably be defined as off-putting, rude, vile, disgusting, absolutely low down and dirty, and guess what? Also not actionable, bitch. So as low down, rude, nasty, insensitive as they may be, it's nothing you can in fact do about it, per se. Okay? Now, I'm not sure, though, if that's going to fit the bill here, since the suit is cyberstalking and defamation. Now, I think that the amended complaint did a great job at basically establishing fraud radio as a malicious, filter-faced bitch who is just obsessed with the Megan Thee Stallion. They define cyberstalking legally, and unfortunately for Milagro Scams, she does fit the bill. Okay, they cited invasion of privacy. Milagro Scams interviewed this woman's friends, interviewed her teachers, interviewed her pep smear doctor girl. Eventually she just actually stuck her whole head up that damn woman's cooch box, baby. Okay, so I know that Megan has a permanent thyroid problem by the name of Mob Radio Child. Okay. And because within that cyberstalking suit are issues of pain and suffering, psychological damage, emotional distress, reputational harm, you have paid surrogate, you have Milagro allegedly operating in unison and concert along with the man that ooted Megan Thee Stallion. They have prison calls between Tory and his bald head ass father, basically cackling about how the courts are not going to be able to prove that she is a paid surrogate. Well, they debunked that very quickly and put out all the goddamn Venmo, Chime, Cash App, PayPal, goddamn donations to her ass, baby. Okay. They pull other prison calls, girl, talking about Milagro Scams, girl, and her being the unofficial member of Destiny's Doomed Children Child. Okay. However, when you take into question some of the things being cited against scams, and you guys know over here, depending on swings from left to right, girl, we don't have no rabbit in the race, girl. We just here for the shit show of it all. She has alluded to Megan Thee Stallion being the R word. Not sure if that's actually actionable. She has alluded to Megan having a drinking problem, flat out questioned if she's an alcoholic. Hell, well, Megan Thee Stallion questioned whether she was damn near a goddamn alcoholic, okay? She's known for driving the boat, which is slang for being, for being able to guzzle liquor down like a good, long, hard black dick. She's also has a whole documentary that she dropped, the day before or on Halloween, where she talks about drinking herself into a depression and using alcohol as a coping mechanism to deal with everything going on around her trauma. Tory, her mammy. M21 says you sound mad. I'm so glad, bitch, that you don't get paid to hear, ho. Okay, girl. I'm so glad, girl. Keep your day job and just remember that you're mad from the cubicle and I'm mad from your television screen. Okay, that's the big difference between me and you. Okay, now, so I think scams on a one-by-one basis, she probably has a reasonable defense, but the problem that the frail, scared pussy asshole gonna have, baby, is the fact that she has put out large chunks of misinformation about Meg. And for two, okay, she has made a big chunk of her content about maliciously assaulting this woman's character, maliciously assaulting this woman's intent, questioning her integrity, and has just made all of her content, which is also not illegal in and of itself, because Megan is a goddamn public figure. And just like public figures don't complain about fans who obsess over them in their lives, they also leave a large chunk of room for people to be anti-fans, okay? Because you kind of can't have one without the other. So there's a lot of that going on, all right? But the whole interviewing the woman's friends and ex-boyfriends and seemingly running background checks on the poor goddamn woman to get all up in her family's tee-hee-hee child, it is a whole fucking mess here. Not to mention the fake, deep fake AI video that she claims she didn't promote, but then instructed her followers to go and check out and told them where the link is, which is what promoting is by definition. And she also done further played into the allegations against her because prior to the suit, she claimed that the GUN used the oot and harm Megan Thee Stallion was missing and that the LAPD didn't have it. That came out as untrue. And Meg's original complaint put it in her complaint that the bitch had spread that misinformation. Okay? And then you know what, Miss I Tell the Truth, Miss I'm a Real Ass Bitch did? Took to her real ass Twitter and in real life revised those initial statements and gave a very professional edit, okay, and revision of those statements. I say to you on this day, y'all don't have to put up with M21. Y'all can block that bitch so that she's permanently left to her cubicle. Y'all never have to put up with a cubicle ass bitch in the comment section ever, mods, okay? If y'all want to farewell her and give her a toasty treat from her cubicle, baby, okay? Y'all can do that, sugar, okay? We don't go back and forth with high blood pressure, hypertension ass, pill-popping weirdos who are mad from their cubicles. That's what we don't do here, okay? So no back and forth, okay? Either send her permanently to HR or let her be, baby. But no back and forth because it's a distraction from the real star, which is me, okay? All right, now, so she got her work cut out for her, bitch. And this whole paid surrogate situation, girl, is it's a whole situation. So far, I feel like her response to get this dismissed is poor. The amended complaint was very much so amended, girl. And as we know now, girl, Alex Spiro knows what the hell he be doing, baby. Okay, this motion seems to really be death tone to all of the legal claims that were made against Milagro and also the case laws that were stated to reinforce what they are alleging and holding Miss Scams accountable for. Nonetheless, further the plaintiff has failed to establish malice by Cleo. No, they didn't, baby. They got that bitch transcripts calling Meg every type of hoe, calling her the R-word. Hell, she just listed it in her own damn motion. She quoted her own damn sentiments, honey, calling her a drunk ass hoe, a stupid ass hoe. I slapped that hoe, I beat that hoe, thumped that hoe, fuck that hoe. I don't feel sorry for that hoe. I mean, baby. And you talking about they have not established, baby. They have not established malice, sugar. You got kicked out of the courthouse, girl, okay? But they haven't established malice. Very, very interesting. Plaintiff's deliberate decision to cherry pick statements outside of their context, as well as her promulgation of self-serving and overreaching innuendos regarding these statements, failed to bring her claim into the realm of plausibility. To help assist the court in its determination of this motion, the defendant has filed full and complete transcripts of the relevant recordings and the actual online expos, specifically referencing the amended complaint. When reviving the complaint of statements in their proper context, it is evidently clear that the plaintiff has wholly failed to allege a plausible claim for defamation against a public figure as a matter of law. In order to set a cause of action of defamation against a public figure, a plaintiff must show 1, publication, 2, falsity. They already show 1 and 2 again and again and again and again. The actor acted with knowledge or reckless disregard as to the falsity of the matter. They did, which is why your ass is up there making new revisions and undoing dumbass shit that you knew was a lie to begin with, baby, and stating the facts now that Megan is on your neck, okay? 4, actual damage exceedingly surpassed $75K federal, and she's been in therapy and she's been in and out of rehab, baby. Oh, she's gonna show you the actual damages, baby. And the statement is defamatory, okay? Once again, your own revisions, your own edits, your own undos and redos, girl, are evident of that. We're not reading all that. It is for a court to decide whether the complaint of words are actionable expressions of a fact or non-actionable expression. Now, this is the thing I don't understand about what And I know that I'm not going to be able to understand exactly what scams attorneys are doing, considering that this is the same law firm and the same dumbass paralegals and attorneys that did absolutely nothing in their defense of Tory Lanez and his appeals. So I know that these people are profoundly incompetent, okay? Which is why I don't even know why she would allow them out of all people to represent her unless she's just that broke, okay? Because I know that that 3K dried up, girl, you know, probably within the first 40 days, okay? Unless she's that broke and took them on because they were willing to represent her not pro se, but pro bono, okay? Because why it first of all, girl, let me be mad from my non-cubicle right now, okay? First of all, bitch, who allows the attorneys that are representing the party who they're being accused of working as a paid surrogate for to represent them? Who does that? Secondly, who allows that same firm that has Tory Lanez on his knees, bent over, contorted into a damn pretzel because he's somewhere on cell block 8 with Big Dick Derek getting rummaged all up in his pussy hole for a honey bun, to somehow garner confidence in you that you somehow are going to come out victorious when that's not even evident in his own hiring of the said same law firm. Like, huh? And then, because where was I? I had another point, girl. It was real good. It was real good, too. I don't know where they doing. I don't know where they going, girl. Where was that? I had one more thing. Bitch. I don't know where they're going. It'll come back to me. The Holy Ghost gonna bring it to me, baby. The Holy Daughter gonna bring it, baby. It was good, too, baby. That's why I left it for the end. It'll come back to me, though. All right? But who does that? You know, and then, you know what? No, because it's going to get worse as we read, girl. Let me just say that, child. We never going to make it through this. Whether the alleged defamatory word is a non-actionable expression of pure opinion or an actionable expression of pure fact, it is a question of law of the court. All right, and that's exactly what, this is exactly what the courts are going to do, Miss Mamas. Like, obviously, the courts want to hear Alex Spiro do his shit and wrap y'all ass up like Johnny Cochran in the courtroom, which is why they didn't dismiss this complaint the first time you filed a motion. At this point, you should be very afraid because they didn't dismiss the first one. They damn sure not going to dismiss the amended complaint because it's worse than the damn original damn complaint. And two, at this point, girl, it's time for Milagro to prepare an actual defense. And the fact that she would rather attempt for the second failed time to motion for a dismissal also lets us know that she don't actually have a defense, which is why she hasn't prepared one and why she can't cite one. And the only thing she's really got the option to do, which is just a waste of fucking time, is to continue to motion for dismissals that the courts are not honoring. So now all of her bikini bottom ass fans need to be severely afraid for her. Because the second time around, citing a motion for dismissal lets you fucking know that the bitch doesn't actually have a legal, conscionable argument to justify the allegations against her, which means that they're going to wash that Timu two-piece right off of her ass, and the bitch knows it. Okay? She knows it, baby. That's why they fighting and reaching for straws, baby, to just get this thing dismissed, baby, because if this thing goes to trial, baby, it's her ass. And that's exactly what Milagro wants. It's her ass. What's left of it anyway? Because it's already 1/3 of an ass. All right, let's scoop, girl, because it's a lot going on, and we're not going to read through this whole thing. I'm not going to be up here for 12,000 fucking hours, girl, because as you see, girl, they are laying it down, girl. Do y'all see where this cursor is, girl? And this is just the 4th page, and it felt like we done been here for 45 minutes already, okay? That's how desperate they are for dismissal, girl. They are literally throwing the New Testament up, girl, okay, against the court's wall, girl, for dismissal. Okay, basically just it's not defamatory. She ain't said this, she ain't said that, she ain't made a legal argument for this and made a legal argument for that, baby. They've been made, sugar. That's why the courts didn't dismiss it the first time, baby. I can't believe they rather would take the time to go round 2 rather than just prepare for the fight. Baby, they would be better off preserving all their energy to prepare for the actual fight. Count 2 fails to state a claim for violation of Section 836.13 of Florida statutes. And count 2, which we ain't reading all of this either, of the amended complaint, plaintiff once again submits nothing but conclusory and fallacious allegations that the defendant promoted a deep fake SEX video of the plaintiff based solely on defendant purportedly liking a third party. It's not purportedly, girl. You factually liked that video. And as the complaint said, you knew that it stored the hyperlink and made what you liked available to your followers, girl, to your followers. And then what you did when someone inquired about what the hell you was talking about is you directed them to your likes, where they then could go and see for themselves. So you liked it knowing it was going to be stored in your likes. That is already an indirect way of promoting something to begin with, especially when you know that what you're liking is publicly available. It's one thing if you're liking something and you have discretion on your likes, but you liked it to chronicle it, and you knew that chronicling it and liking it was going to make it available to anybody who is wondering what the hell Mob Radio, has liked in the last 12 hours of her frivolous ass career as a struggling YouTube uploader. But then to make it worse, you encourage folks to go check out your likes so that they can go see a manufactured piece of content that is illegal in and of itself. It would be like directing somebody to go watch revenge porn. No, you may not have released it, but you helped to promote it. You gave it mobility, and you instructed and encouraged visibility of that revenge porn. And now you're here, bitch, getting sued. Okay? Promoted a deepfake SEX video of the plaintiff based solely on defendant purportedly liking a third party's post in the video, discussing that this video came to her attention, and then in order that her listeners knew what she was discussing by posting on X, go to my likes. Quote, the suggestion by plaintiff and defendant's actions constitute a violation of the statute is undermined by plaintiff's own allegation that in the same post, defendant herself told the public that the video appeared to be a deep fake. And that is the manipulation of it all. And that's why the courts did not accept dismissal the first time around, because the allegation against you by Alex Spiro and Megan is not whether you personally believed it to be real or not. The allegation is that you promoted something that was meant to humiliate Megan, that was illegal to create and then to disseminate publicly. Secondly, and then you, despite what your personal opinion was of that piece of content, nonetheless encouraged your followers to go to your likes to see it for themselves when they inquired about where they can also go check this out and make a personal judgment of their own. Bitch, are you dumb? Are you dumb? Nothing in the allegation against you has to do with whether you believed it to be fake or not. The allegation is factually standing that you promoted it regardless of what the fuck your personal conclusion and theory and hypothesis was. I'm tired of this damn chair rubbing against shit. In the words of Shamal, clock that T. Clock that T. Just dumb. And that's why the courts, that's why they dismissed it the first time. Bitch, you're not doing a great job at legally contesting what is accused of you. You moving all around the mulberry bush, arguing shit that ain't even being accused of you, and completely leaving all this wrong, girl, for what's being said against you to fall flat of an actual fucking response while you're claiming that her response is actually lacking in directness and specificity. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it. I can smell the soul from the food. That rose my vibration. Oh, what is it? A plaintiff is a public figure and in defendant's live discussions about the video and ultimately debunking of it. All right, we done been through all that, girl. Okay, that's count 2, bitch. All right. Where's count 3, girl? Count 3. Fails to state a claim for intentional infliction of emotional distress. Once again, count 3 attempts to state a claim for intentional infliction of emotional distress based primarily on online commentary and opinions made by the defendant regarding the highly publicized trial of Tory Lanez. However, the amendments to the complaint do not rescue this count from dismissal under the Florida law, where they apparently do, bitch, which is why y'all's first motion to dismiss was dismissed. Y'all was dismissed for trying to dismiss this motherfucking complaint. However, taking into consideration the allegations that the defendant pressed the like button on an unknown third-party social media post purporting to depict a deep fake defendant's online comments about the Lanez criminal trial, or the commentary about the plaintiff drinking, or calling the plaintiff an angry black woman, or all of the above, these allegations fall far short of stating a plausible claim for IIED under Florida law. Not surprising, none of the facts in the amended complaint allege that the defendant committed any acts of violence against plaintiff. I didn't see an allegation for violence in the original complaint to begin with. There are no allegations of assault or battery or false imprisonment or of any similar threats. The perceived wrongs in this case are based on mere words and opinions regarding a public figure, a high-profile trial, all of which are protected by the First Amendment. If the First Amendment can protect real despicable conduct, such as what is described in Sender versus Phelps, reversing IAED verdict against protesters at funeral, or slain Marine holding signs with messages such as God hates swoosh, all right, then surely defendants' words and opinions. What's the blogger, you guys, who owes all of those damn families billions of damn dollars, girl, trillions of debt, girl? What's the name of that white man, girl? Because folk really do be out here now. Once again, there is a lot of room for criticism, girl, and your personal unflattering opinion that is inactionable. However, if you have a pattern, baby, yes, what's the white man from Sandy Hooks, baby? Alex Jones, Milagro scams. Go ask Alex Jones how this worked out for him. Go ask Alex Jones, baby, how that worked out for him. Okay, your actions were you came to the courtroom, eventually got banned, and went to the courthouse and still put out misinformation none the damn less. You done spent the last few weeks retracting and redacting statements and trying to clean up your social media. But for somebody who is very clear that they have a right to their opinion and that they have a right to their First Amendment rights, why are you even trying to straighten out your intentional falsifying statements of what took place in that trial? Why are you erasing content from your social media, such as you pooching around with Tory with Tory Lanez's father. See, the bark not matching the bite. Because see, people who are very clear, very, very clear, that they are in the right don't clean up a goddamn thing, baby. It's all there. You know why it's all there, bitch? Because there ain't nothing your mad ass can do about it, ho. That's why it's all still there. So, as I said earlier, Miss Scam's behavior is not matching her plea of innocence at all. An intent to cause a reckless disregard to the probability of causing emotional distress, severe emotional distress suffered by the plaintiff, and 4, the conduct complained of caused the plaintiff severe emotional distress. Under the first prong, a defendant's conduct must be so outrageous in character and so extreme in degree as to go beyond all bounds of decency and to be regarded as atrocious and utterly intolerable in a civilized community. Quote, while there is no exhaustive or concrete list of what constitutes outrageous conduct, Florida common law has evolved in extremely high standards, such as this case law here. As such, courts uphold claims of intentional infliction of emotional distress only in extremely rare circumstances. Whether conduct is outrageous enough to support a claim of IIED is a question of law for the court to decide, not a question of fact, which the courts are going to decide. Assuming I'm not even going to fuck that word up, baby, that all of the amended complaints allegations are being relied upon to support count 3, the allegations fall quite short of stating a claim for IIED. In the limited number of cases where outrageous conduct was found, the facts were quite severe, usually involving actual assault or some severe forms of physical violence. Okay, now that's a great argument. I'll give her that. That's a great argument. The allegations of repeatedly touching, squeezing, fondling, hugging, blowing, and tickling of the plaintiff, along with the repetition of lewd and vulgar sexual remarks, precluded the dismissal of plaintiff's complaint at the motion to dismiss stage in Stockett versus Tollin, blah, 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 blah. In contrast, the following cases, which are significantly more severe than... Okay, so they're making argument here, girl, that Milagro Gramz's behavior, while annoying, while frustrating, while unbecoming, is not per se outrageous in the way that the courts have historically defined that outrageous conduct, which typically includes SA or means of physical aggression. Okay? That's a solid argument. But there are lots of counts against Miss Milagro that she got to worry about, baby, okay? She may not be found guilty of this per se count. Okay. However, she got a lot of counts. Okay, as we can see here, girl, going on count 4. Count 4 fails to state a claim for cyberstalking and should be dismissed. Count 4, the complaint purports to bring a claim for injunctive relief for cyberstalking pursuant to section as this claim does not provide an award of damages and seeks only injunctive relief. Presumably, plaintiff is attempting to bring this claim by invoking this court's supplemental jurisdiction pursuant. In order to be entitled to the injunction for cyberstalking, the court must apply a reasonable person standard, not a subjective standard, to determine whether an incident causes substantial emotional distress. And there must be no legitimate purposes for the conduct. Further injunctions are not available to stop someone from uttering insults or falsehoods. The First Amendment prohibits such restraints through the use of injunctive relief. They cite case law here, as there are no allegations that the defendant made any directive threats of violence or any other allegations that fall within the statute. Hold on, y'all. We're back. As there are no allegations that the defendant made any direct threats of violence or any other allegations that fall within the statutory definition of cyberstalking. Count 4 should be dismissed on the merits with prejudice. Secondly, count 4 should be dismissed for the plaintiff's failure to follow the mandatory statutory requirements set forth in statute here. Specifically, the statute requires that the petition be verified under Florida statute, plaintiff has attempted to cure the problem from the initial complaint by filing what purports to be a sworn petition. One, however, with respect to the facts supporting the petition section, she merely states in a circular manner petitioner is a victim of cyberstalking because respondent has committed cyberstalking. A description of the facts regarding respondent cyberstalking are set forth in the amended complaint to which this petition is attached. Nowhere does plaintiff verify that the allegations of the amended complaint are true and under penalty of perjury as one would do in a verified pleading. She merely avers that the facts are described in her amended complaint. The statute clearly states that the facts supporting the petition must be sworn to statutory situation here. As the factual allegations supporting count 4 are not under oath, they fail to comply with the statutory requirements outlined in section 3. It should be dismissed. In the event that the court deems DE 21-1 complies with the statute and that the count states a plausible claim, the defendant once again respectfully requests that the court decline to exercise supplemental jurisdiction over count 4. All right, it goes on and on and on. Plaintiff's claim for attorney fees in counts 1, 3, and 5 should be dismissed and stricken. And counts 1, 3, and 4. Girl, I don't know nothing about that Roman numerology, baby. Of the amended complaint, the plaintiff is seeking attorney fees. It is well settled that under Florida law, each party generally bears its own attorney fees unless a contract or statute provides otherwise. Count 1 and 3 are for intentional torts, and count 4 is for an injunction under a statute that does not provide for the recovery of attorney fees. Accordingly, plaintiff's claims for attorney fees in counts 1, 3, and 4 should be dismissed, baby. The attorney says, baby, they ain't get a goddamn thing paid. In conclusion, in 1975, Nobel Prize winning songwriter and artist Bob Dylan wrote and oh my God, here this bitch go with quoting more goddamn songs and New Testament and Old Testament scriptures, baby. Bitch out here speaking Chinese in her damn conclusion, girl. The song went on to describe the unfairness and racial undertones of the trial and portrayed a perceived conspiracy between Bello Bradley and the police to an unjustly convict Carter. Now, the fact that this bitch is comparing herself, baby. The song went on to describe the unfairness and racial undertones of the trial and portrayed a perceived conspiracy between taking Miss Pete's logic and bringing this case to its ultimate conclusion, given that a jury convicted Carter, any individual who suggested something to the contrary or who criticized the credibility of the state's witnesses in the trial should be guilty of defamation. Patty Valentine, who was mentioned by name in the Dylan song, thought as Miss Pete did and sued for defamation, claiming the song implied that she was involved in the conspiracy against Carter. Both the district court and the 11th Circuit disagreed. If Miss Pete mindset has been applied back in the 1970s, then the Bob Dylan classic song should not be published or recorded, and perhaps Reuben Carter would have died in prison and the world would not have been able to enjoy this Bob Dylan classic recording. Defendant's first amended complaint does little to revive her dubious claims and legal theories into plausible causes of action. Accordingly, for the reasons set forth herein, defendant respectfully requests that her motion be dismissed, the first amended complaint be granted, and the court award defendant attorney fees pursuant to statute and such other relief as the court deems appropriate. Milagro got problems, baby. She got problems. This cyberstalking defamation suit is not going anywhere. It's going to proceed, baby. It's going to be green-lit, sugar. All right. It's time for Milagro to work on a real fucking defense. Because she's going to have to go toe for toe and blow for motherfucking blow. And the interesting thing about case law and all of this is that attorneys cite them, whether they are defending the defendant or the plaintiff. However, everything comes down, baby, to the judge and to a jury. They ultimately are going to make the choice and the decision in terms of what the concluded fate is of both goddamn parties. Now, because we are talking about a public figure, I don't think that every count against Milagro or Milagros is going to stick. I'm sure that there are things that are going to fall flat because, once again, there's broad space, baby, when it comes to so-called media and public figures. But obviously, baby, there's going to be some shit that she is found very guilty of. And being a co-conspirator is one of those things. We're talking about a Black woman who was beaten and shot. She was factually found to be the victim of Tory Lanez. A court got involved with that. A jury served on behalf of that. And they decided that the claims of Miss Megan were, in fact, true. And that's why Tory Lanez is where he is. That's another big thing that Milagros is going to have to really conceive of, is that she's still running her dick sucker and trying to question a case at the expense of doing Megan Thee Stallion in that has already been through as many filters in the courtroom as all of her pictures have been. So that's heavy. That's heavy, baby, because it's not like we're talking about the shooting that hasn't been vetted and concluded by a court yet, baby. You know, Milagro Scams is still doubling down and insisting upon the fact that Megan perjured herself. Oh, she's a liar. Was she even shot? These things have already been factually concluded, vetted, dealt with, and Tory Lanez has been sentenced and found guilty accordingly. What Megan is really holding Milagro Scams accountable for is the persistency of questioning her still, questioning her credibility and her integrity, despite the fact that Megan alone isn't the one that put Tory behind bars. Sean Kelly did, Kelsey Harris, and her original interview with the DA did. Every expert, witnesses on both sides, a jury and a judge, baby. This was it took a village, baby, to put his ass behind bars. And here it is, you still out here calling a bitch a drunk, retarded, lying hoe. Yikes! And then to make matters worse, you have received payments from the father of the defendant in this case, Tory Lanez, who had a gag order and obviously couldn't talk of free will. And here it is, you are acting as a paid surrogate. That's some serious shit, baby. And the thing about defamation, right, is that not only is it based upon a person lying, it's based upon particular damage to a person, either in business or to their psychology, but also it's defined by maliciousness. With that being said, they provided unsworn declarations, baby. And do you guys know that they put one of this bitch's entire live streams in the declaration? I have no idea why the fuck they thought this was going to do Scams any favor. Because if anything, everything in this live stream that they transcribed and put as an exhibit attached to their second motion to dismiss the amended complaint, girl, actually brings to life and to heart everything that Megan Thee Stallion is claiming against Scams. And we definitely not going to read all this, but let's just skim through this, girl. She says at one point in her live stream, second of all, I want to get the NBC in this article. And, you know, the article being written and me, and I think academics and No Jumper. And, you know, some other names were listed in terms of people who are independent platforms. Yeah, my niece, I told y'all like you were. And, bitches, you're not, I'm not answering it up. Okay, bitch, I just got to turn down service. Oh, I don't know shit about no earthquake. Can you come in? Oh no, I don't know what hell she's responding to and all this. It's a lot going on in this live stream, girl. So anyway, to just make it plainly, I went off on that hoe on Station Head. Y'all can go listen to me read that bitch for about 30 to 45 minutes. Megan. I'm just gonna get me a bush and I'm gonna weep and I'm gonna pat my motherfucking weave for Milagro. We just read in this bitch motion for dismissal that Megan did not cite a claim for maliciousness. And then this goofy bitch and her attorneys submit transcripts from Runner Fraud's live streams where she admits that she is commencing to drag and dog walk that bitch. Meg, y'all, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand it. When I skimmed through these transcripts earlier, it became my belief that Scam's attorneys actually set her up by including this transcript. It became my belief that her attorneys are secretly working for Alex Spiro and Rock Nation by including the transcripts from this bitch's 2022 live stream. And her own attorneys did this. How you being sued for defamation and cyberstalking and harassment, and then gonna have your attorneys transcribe your live stream where you say, I already went off on that hoe on Station Head. Y'all can go listen to me read that bitch for about 30 to 45 minutes. Megan, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bitch. It's like her attorneys just went ahead and handed Scams over, girl, to the court, girl. Like here she go, girl. Clearance rack. They didn't even price the hoe at $3,000, girl, free. All you is mad. You mad because you got on that motherfucking album talking about Megan, and you thought you was playing with me. You mad because you was in that pink wig and you thought you was playing with me, bitch. No maliciousness in sight. You mad because I'm the people's choice. You mad because people not identifying with you. You mad because you got caught up in all them damn lies. No defamation here since her abuser is in prison based upon her testimony. I see Bill on fucking Instagram, so my people laughing at people trauma is fucked up. I don't get down like that. I don't give a fuck. How the fuck y'all get now? At the end of the day, a bitch lying on somebody is low down. So believe what the fuck you want to believe. Accusing the bitch of perjury. Accusing Meg of perjury. Something that her attorneys is saying she's not in fact doing. But unless somebody kept it a buck, I ain't got no sympathy for that bullshit. Y'all can keep up with that. Yeah, she got hurt. Yeah, and that's cool. No maliciousness, though. Even though you're talking about a black woman who was outed by a well-known industry abuser who's not only abused women but has abused men, and you're arguing that all you've been is a commentator with an opinion and you haven't been defamatory, which you have been. and that you haven't been malicious, which is actually all up and through your own 2022 live stream that your attorneys decided to submit, along with the declaration. And you're saying that it was cool. And this is why Megan gets to argue pain and suffering and malicious intent. It's cool that Megan got hurt. That's cool, she says. So how did you get hurt? She goes on to say. How? And what are the circumstances? And what after that? So, bitch, if you think I'm going to be sitting up there boo-hooing for a bitch that played up in y'all face, not mine, because I always said her ass was lying. Bitch, I don't. You think I feel sorry for that bitch? I don't. No maliciousness inside. Isn't she just about a Christian when it comes to Megan? The fuck? A bitch fuck with my nigga, I'm going to slap that hoe and whatever come after it, come after it. The fuck is you talking about? So no, I don't feel no ways about it. Do I feel bad? No. I hate that you got hurt. But she just said 20 seconds ago, it's cool that Megan got hurt. The two-tongued slithering snake girl can't make up her mind between her dualism. And I hate that you lied. And that's just that. I don't give a fuck about the NBC article. So because see, Scams is trying to make a molehill out of the what's considered ultimately irrelevant lies that Megan told. Megan said she stepped on glass. And she said why she said that to police. Because she didn't want her and her crew to get ooted the fuck up. Because this was all following the George Floyd ordeal. 2, she lied about sleeping with Tory Lanez. She lied to Gail Weathers, but she took the stand and admitted that they did have an intimate relationship. And then she turned around in her documentary and admitted that they had an intimate relationship. Well, guess what, baby? As much as Milagro is trying to justify not paying attention to the meat and the potatoes of this case, which wasn't about, Megan wasn't on the stand, baby. Tory Lanez was, for his criminality. For as a man who was already on a form of probation, which is what a diversion program is, a form of probation, having access to an unregistered illegal weapon at that, and then discharging it and it resulting in injuring another human being, the facts do not underwhelm Meg's lies. They overwhelm her lies. Because the reality and the only question was, did Tory oot Megan? A grand jury and a judge decided, yes, the fuck he did. And they had enough eyewitness corroborating testimony and circumstantial evidence and an established pattern of behavior to reasonably conclude beyond a reasonable doubt that Tory Lanez shot Meg. But Scams would have you just ignore all of that and just focus on Meg lying to the public about whether she had rolled Tory's dick or not, which is minuscule and irrelevant in the grand scheme of what the fuck is taking place, which is a woman being injured. And if the man she alleges did it, in fact did it, this would be equivalent to me lying and covering for my man that he ooted me. But then the neighbors got involved and called the police, not me. And then the investigators came out and made arrests. And I decided to double down and say, no, he didn't oot me. I ooted myself, or I accidentally ooted myself, or blah, 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 blah. But then there's all this evidence that says the latter. Guess what doesn't matter to the DA? My lies don't, because my lies aren't criminal. You know what is criminal? This motherfucker popping me is. They're not gonna put my ass in prison because I had to cover for my man. Who are they all gonna put in prison, bitch? It's the motherfucker that discharged a weapon outside of the premise of self-defense and that resulted in injuring another human being behind those fucking bars. So why Scams is obsessed with Megan lying about things that were ultimately irrelevant to what Tory Lanez was on trial for is beyond me, especially when Scams is a lying-ass bitch herself. Talking about the LAPD didn't have the GUN in question. A lie that she then had to correct. Or the fact that she told her followers that she has not been a paid surrogate for Tory Lanez, only for the Chime and Vimo motherfucking transactions to come out and prove that's a damn lie. Or all the other fucking lies the silly goofy bitch told, such as she hadn't deleted any content, that all of her stuff was still up, only to find out in the amended complaint that Scams attempted to scrub her social media platform in preparation for this continued legal battle. So because we've caught Scams in bundles of lies, at this point, more lies than Megan told in her situation with Tory, should then the public be completely apathetic toward Scams and all that she's arguing in her defense in this cyberstalking defamation suit because she is now a proven known liar? Or would Scams argue that beyond the lies that she would probably constitute as insignificant and petty, still should be thought of as a victim of more wealthier and powerful forces that are attempting to weaponize the legal system to suppress her First Amendment right to think what the fuck she wants to think? I mean, because the pendulum does have to swing from left to right. If you're going to argue that Tory Lanez should be deemed as innocent despite the evidence simply because Meg told some lies, then the same psychology also directly applies to you. The same train of thought applies to you. That you should be thought of as a cyber-stalking digital terrorist who has committed defamation, like Megan said, because you have a character issue. The same character issue, which is being a lying-ass motherfucker, that which you accuse Megan Thee Stallion of. And this ain't the first time that Milagro has chosen to side with Black men who have factually abused other women. That other Black dude who was an actor that she defended, who was found guilty of rape in SA. She had to tuck her ponytail between her legs then and apologize to some of the victims in the situation for being a male-identified super soaker, sucker throater. A mess. The transcript goes on to say, bitch, going to help me get my verification. Thank you, free promo. Oh, now this also establishes intent. Not only did you operate as a paid surrogate for Tory Lanez, but in your own words, bitch, going to help me get my verification. Thank you. You also establish in your own hyperbolic rhetoric, as your attorney would call it, that all of this is in fact for clout and clicking views on top of your $3,000 payment over a 3-year period. This does not sit well when you're being accused of being a co-conspirator of cyberstalking and defamation. And you are acknowledging all of the benefits. You're getting paid behind the scenes, and you're getting your click and your views in front of the scenes. She goes on to say that y'all think it's a smart idea to go up against independent media. That's a smart idea. Who in the fuck is advising you? Maybe the same people that advise her ass to take the stand so that the nigga who dick you never gonna have can actually end up in prison, bitch. The question now is, who the fuck advised you? Because who advised her led to the nigga you never gonna have sitting his ass in prison for the next 10 years and then being deported to the goddamn caves and slums of Canada. That's how that worked out for Tory Lanez. Bitch, who's in fact, we know who's advising you. The same motherfuckers who could not get Tory Lanez a successful appeal is instructing you. Go pray about it, she says. That's what I got to say about that shit. I don't give a fuck. Now, moving on to what happened in court. Then she goes to tell on a bunch of goddamn lies, child. Okay? She goes on to talk about how she didn't want Tory Lanez to fucking take the stand. But then the bitch is absolutely, utterly mad and wigless, running the streets bald-headed and all, because he's in prison. And here's the gag to all of the Tory Lanez dick suckers. If Tory did not shoot Megan, riddle me this. Just riddle me this. Because this one question, baby, is going to solve it all. It's going to help all of you Tory Lanez cock blowers out. Why didn't the little leprechaun say who did? That's all we want to know. If Tory Lanez did not oot Megan Thee Stallion, why did he not say who did? Why? Why? Because there's enough evidence to support the fact that he in fact did it. The only way he was going to get out of that is by stating who did, not arguing that he didn't do it, but stating who did. And because Tory Lanez didn't want to state who the fuck did it, guess where the fuck he deserves as a result of his legal strategy? He deserves to be right where the hell he is. And Miss Scams better hope that her ass ain't joining. Oh, thank you for reminding me that, Beauty. Remember when Tory Lanez got on Twitter and said that Kelsey did not oot Meg? So if Daquan was never in question as a suspect, that only leaves you with Megan, Kelsey, and Tory. But since Megan, Kelsey, and Sean Kelly put the GUN in Tory's hands, and then Tory got out here trying to also litigate his case in a court of public opinion, which did not work out for him either, and stated that Kelsey didn't oot Megan, then who the fuck does that leave, especially when Megan is not a suspect since she's the victim? That only would leave Tory. And then wouldn't that reasonably, logically explain the context of why the first thing Tory Lanez started doing when he called Kelsey from the jailhouse was to apologize profusely? while also never stating exactly why he was apologizing because he knew he was on a recorded call. But right, he didn't need to explain or specify because he knew that the people who were present, in fact, knew what he was apologizing over. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to make it make sense. You were only going to be happy if Tory Lanez was acquitted. And then you also thought that it was a good idea that he didn't testify. Here she says, quit playing with me. So anyway, we finally come into the motherfucking courthouse, and they was like, Tory, you're gonna testify. Basically, baby Tory was like, child, I'm not testifying. They said you talked to your representation, you know all about it, you cool. He was like, yeah, I'm not testifying. Bitch, I could have jumped up and got the Holy Ghost. I did not think that it was a good idea for Tory to testify. I did not want him to testify because all it was going to do was try to bring up his past and, you know, sit up and, you know, try to misconstrue shit. Well, he didn't testify, baby. And he's in jail. And you're mad at Meg. Why are you not mad at his attorneys for advising him the way, oh, you can't because you agreed with them? So what that lets me know is that you don't know shit about what's in the best interest of anyone, including yourself, when it comes to fucking litigating. Because we see how that did not work out for Tory. Just like all of your shenanigans are not working out for you. She goes on to quote him, I'll give you $1 million. I'm on probation. Don't say nothing, okay? This is what Kelsey and Megan claimed that Tory said to them at the scene when he was begging for them not to get the cops involved. He's on probation. He offered them $1 million. Her opinion of that is, okay, Tory wasn't on no motherfucking probation. So what the hell you talking about? So then they go pull the goddamn case out they ash from 2017 talking about he was on diversion. Babe, even if he was on diversion, you still would have to go to court. Is that the lamb? You still got to go to court, and you would still have to go through the process and then be put on probation. Diversion is not probation. Diversion is a form of probation, you dumbass bitch. And I also think this is also another failed representation of the actual case. Here it is. She is trying to illegitimize Megan's statements that Tory allegedly begged her not to go to the authorities because he's on probation. Where she's going wrong at is she is attempting to make that about Meg. Megan wasn't arguing whether the statements Tory made were true or not. She's just letting investigators know what was said to her while she was on the ground. And he didn't just say this to her. He said it to Kelsey as well. He offered Kelsey $1 million as well. So whether the statements are true is irrelevant or not. The woman is just stating what came out of his fucking mouth while he was trying to cop a plea. Since Tory is a liar, then Tory either lied or he was telling the fucking truth. In either instance, that's not about Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion can only state to investigators what was communicated to her. Whether the statements that were communicated to her by Tory Ass were true or not is irrelevant. But it just goes to show you how blood hungry Milagro Gramz is for Megan. She will overlook the intelligence of the court, the vetting process of the court, almost the self-admission on Tory's behalf of ooting this damn woman, clearing Kelsey's name All this shit, girl. She would discard all that to just keep her frail ass Timu heel on Megan Thee Stallion's neck because she lied a few times. But what that bitch didn't lie about was getting shot by Tory. The transcript goes on. It goes on. She says, bitch, they do anything that want to go out to the side and talk to him on his family. They do anybody that be outside. They want to talk to him and his people. They do. I've been talking shit about you all this week. What else are you going to do but watch from the sidelines anyway? So let's get into what happened today. Yeah. And what happened 3 years later, bitch? Your ass got sued. And we'll be entering 2025 with an answer to that question about what the fuck Megan Thee Stallion plans on doing, ho. This is so cringy. I don't know why her attorneys would put a transcribed version of her 2022 live stream in this thing when it literally adds all the blood to the maliciousness, to the literal intent to just not like Meg, to put out misinformation about the trial, her disdain. And once again, the reason why Meg has a case is because Gross is a so-called public figure. She's not just a common person in her house feeling like Meg is a lying-ass bitch. She's a bitch with allegedly a level of followers that would leverage some of her attitude and some of her intent to cause Megan harm by any means necessary. Now, just because the bitch is not sick enough to try to hurt Meg physically, the argument is that she is attempting to use what she has to do that, which is her social media access. And it's going to be up to these lawyers to swing and bang on that note. Okay, she goes on to basically, girl, get these weak ass notes in the transcripts, girl. But I just didn't know what were the transcripts supposed. Girl, if a paralegal had to read this to a judge, because you know the judges don't read all this shit, girl. They have paralegals and shit and court administrators that keep up with the docket and that catch them up on where things are. And could you imagine, as a judge, like, who's presiding over this case, one woman is accusing another woman of cyberstalking, malicious intent, digital harassment, defamation, and then you have to read bitch, 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 I don't give a fuck, fuck that fucking hoe, that motherfucking hoe, I ain't sparing no hoe, that lying ass hoe. Like, I mean, could you imagine? Could you imagine? Like, I don't, why is this here? Why is this here? Why is this transcript in the declaration? Why? On top of that, it completely ignores all the facts. This transcript actually proves how biased and one-sided and how ill-intent Milagro Gramz is toward Megan. Now let's go over the evidence again, because they went over evidence again. So he said Megan's testimony is evidence that we're doing bullet points. How many black jurors are there? There's a da-da-da-da-da-da. They went over the jail call. I'll refute that right now, baby. The location of the GUN was the front passenger seat. They changed the seats in that call before they took off the last time. Okay, get into it. So saying the location of the GUN, baby, he was the last one to sit there. They got out the car again. Come on out. So anyway, he said that the firearms evidence was said that was evidence because he felt like, you know, now this directly points to him when obviously it doesn't. The prosecution comes in and they use DNA evidence to nail niggas to the cross every day, but not DNA don't matter. Are you fucking kidding me? Could you imagine a courtroom in America where you got prosecutors telling you that DNA evidence doesn't matter? Now, how fucking dumb do you sound, Chuck? Okay, what the DAs were responding to is because Tory's defense was trying to say, well, his DNA is inconclusory that it can't be determined. And the opposing argument was, yes, his DNA is not emphatically found on the weapon, but it's a jambalaya of DNA for one. Okay, there's multiple strands of DNA on the GUN, and that's why we can't conclude whose DNA it is. And we also do know from the DNA testing that it's 90% male DNA on the GUN, since Daquan or Delquan, whatever the fuck his name is not a suspect in this case, and Megan and Kelsey are female. Hello. And on top of that, even if you sit the GUN away, even if we argue, girl, the DNA, it don't matter. Okay, we don't got his DNA absolute, but we got every other working component here that proves, once again, prosecutors don't have to prove 100%. They have to establish a belief beyond reasonable doubt. Beyond doubt. You have to hear and see the argument and evidence that support that argument in such a way that you can establish a personal confidence in your belief that where those arguments and that said evidence and circumstantial evidence leads to is where it in fact leads to. And all roads, even if you remove the DNA, fuck the DNA, fuck the DNA. The DNA don't have to matter. We don't even need the DNA. And they didn't, because the DNA was muddied. And still, there was enough circumstantial evidence, eyewitness testimony, etc., to put Tory Lanez ass behind prison. Everything that scams is focused upon is like, either she doesn't understand how law and litigating actually fucking works, or she's just dumb, and or possibly both, on top of hate-filled and bias, just to add major insult to her intellectual goddamn her lack of intellectual capacity, girl. And she goes on once again to just, girl, make my brain cells die and die and die and die. And that's why I have to look at shit for myself, y'all. I can't really listen to other commentators about shit, girl, because all that projecting and shit, girl, like, I have to look for myself, honey, because sometimes there is a stark contrast between, bitch, what's being reported and what is actually the goddamn case. But her attorneys, for whatever reason, decided to submit these exhibits. I don't know why the transcripts are here, because they do much more fucking harm. And baby, maybe somebody got cut a check, baby. Maybe somebody better go check the goddamn deposits going on over there at the Tory Lanez law firm, girl, because these transcripts are actually very, very fucking damning. So Megan sought an extension for an extension to respond to the dismissal. So we're going to get a response. We will be updating and reading that response out loud, because the court's already dismissed Milagro's first dismissal, girl. I have confident in the fact that they're going to dismiss the second dismissal, because the amended complaint is even more fucking loaded up and has 50 million 11 articles of evidence to support everything that they are saying against Miss Scams. And it's under my personal opinion and belief that the courts definitely are going to want to see this play out in court. And I do still think that, baby, Miss Scam's got some things to worry about. The evidence keeps mounting up and mounting up and mounting up. And the fact that she's trying to get this thing dismissed over and over and over again is letting me know, baby, that she don't have an actual defense. So it's going to be even more interesting to see this actually play the fucks out, child. So I'm gonna get out of here, girl. Meg has till her request for an extension was granted because it is the holidays. So the courts are going to allow her to hold on, fucked around and got the hell up out the docket. How we doing? Let me log back in here. Oh, baby, the soul food is souling, y'all. Ooh, cha. Let me see here. Oh, I can't even get back in. But she got till... Oh, never mind, we can. Hold on. Where is the motherfucking docket? She got till next month. She got till next month to respond after the holidays. Basically, she will be coming through with her response in 2025, girl. The courts are more than likely going to dismiss it, and then they're going to be proceeding, girl. They're going to be proceeding forward, girl. So tell me what you guys think. DM me a plate shot. I will, girl. This is a mess. Y'all already know what time it is, girl. We got a hot topics to get into as well. If you guys enjoyed yourself, definitely hit over Nancy Cash app, girl, $ Consciouztv, and or paypal.me/Consciouztv. Email me allthetea@consciouztv@gmail.com. Follow me on Patreon. Follow me on Instagram at Consciouztv as well. Thumbs up on your way out. Subscribe. Share. And tell me what the fuck you think in the comment section below. And I will see you guys later. Peace.